Hi, everyone. Welcome to Financial Insights. I'm Linda, your accounting coach. Today, I want to talk about how to record PayPal, Stripe, Square transactions. It's so easy now to sign up with one of these merchant processors. All you have to do is sign up, put in your information, bank information, and there you go. However, a lot of us forget that those transactions flow to your accounting system in some form or fashion. So, even though it seems so easy to collect payments from customers, we have to understand how does it fit in our accounting process. And anytime you sign up with a new app or software, remember someone has to manage the process. So even though that customer just has to enter their information, someone still needs to check the data. So I want to give you four things to think about when you sign up for PayPal, Stripe, Square, or whatever company that you may sign up with. Number one, understand you're working with systems. So you have your banking system, whoever you bank with, you have your accounting software, and then you have these varieties of companies. So PayPal, Stripe, Square, Zelle, Cash App, whatever the case may be. And you have to understand how all of this flows together. So I suggest that when you have a bookkeeper or if you're doing the bookkeeping yourself, you actually write out what is the process for these systems. Number two, you want to make sure that these accounts are connected to your accounting system, particularly if they're creating invoices in their system and then it flows over. So you want to make sure you're connecting that software to your accounting system. And then also you are making sure that it's hitting the correct bank account and revenue account. Number three, you want to make sure understanding how do you code these transactions. Each merchant processor transaction is different. You have to understand how are you going to code, and what I mean is what account are you going to enter those transactions to. So remember how this is how it works. So for instance, if we think about say your customer pays in Stripe, so Stripe sends you the invoice to your banking system. The bank deposits that money, has that money. That deposit flows to your accounting system. So if you use QuickBooks, it will flow to the banking function section. That deposit should be coded as revenue. But also remember that is net deposit. So that's revenue minus fees. So you should be breaking out the fees. I know some companies, they go ahead and just book the deposit straight to revenue, but you should be breaking out the fees so you can monitor the amount of fees that you're paying. So once again, like for instance, if you're using Stripe, that customer goes into Stripe, Stripe sends that deposit over to your banking system, then that deposit transaction flows to your QuickBooks. So you need to know what account are you going to put that deposit into. You need to make sure you understand that process. And then going back to my previous comment, also understanding, does that system create invoices for you already? And so if it does, you need to make sure those invoices are being cleared out with the payment in your accounting system. And lastly, just do a test run. When you're first signing up, just do a test run. You may actually just purchase something yourself, use your own banking information, purchase something, see how it comes across, code it, and then see how it works. So always do a test run when you're signing up with these merchant processors. So I recommend, if you've never done this before, I recommend that you actually go into your PayPal, your Stripe or Square system, log in, and pull a monthly sales report so you can actually see the amount of sales and then also the fees. So a lot of times we don't realize, how much the fees are eating into our profit. So take a look at that, because you may realize that maybe I need to look at another vendor, because there's other vendors. This is very competitive market, so there could be other vendors that could be cheaper. So I challenge you this week, go into PayPal, Stripe, Square, whatever system you use, look at your monthly sales report, look, see how much you're bringing in and then how much fees you're paying. So remember, with any task, Someone has to manage it. So if you're doing your books yourself, just remember this is just something, put it on your checklist, put it on your calendar to review once a month. I suggest once a month review. Make sure those transactions are being coded. Look at your reports. Make sure things are on the up and up. So once again, someone has to manage. So make sure you stay on top of it. I'll see you next time.